For many people out there, minimalism is not a trendy movement, but a necessity. I've experienced some sort of a forced Soviet minimalism in my childhood, then went through a wave of greedy consumerism and then intentionally got back to owning less. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top struggles of becoming a minimalist who knows what poverty is. Hey guys, my name is Anna and welcome to my Siberia Insight channel about everything that is mindful and creative. Today I'm filming in my parents' apartment where I grew up, and it's sort of now turned into a Soviet artifact of a space. So the Soviet Union collapsed when I was 7, but I still felt the implications of living in a poor Soviet family for a long while. Until I was about 24, I owned one pair of pants, one skirt, and 3 tops at most. In this picture, I'm 19 and I'm wearing black jeans that lasted for about 3 years and my mom's t-shirt that she used to wear in her younger days. And about 5 years from this moment, I got crazy about stuff. I began to earn more or less sufficient sums and was lured by stuff. Also, we, the last generation of Soviet kids, saw the deficit of things. And after having access to certain capitalist comfort and single-use things, we were so reluctant to go back in time. There's a psychological block that is so hard to break through, and it took me several years to realize that stuff doesn't make me happier than I was when I owned next to nothing. Amidst the desire to own more and more, I guess the first alarm for me was reading a couple of novels by French writers from the experimental wave of the 60s from the 20th century, namely, and please excuse my French, it's Elsa Triolet with her Roses à crédit, Roses on Credit, and Georges Perec and his Les Choses, Things. That new literature and philosophy wave was about objectification of humans and hominization of things. And you know, hardly anything has changed since then, so I highly recommend those books with amazing language, structure and message. And they were written over 60 years ago. Since my early age, I tried to make clothes, bags and other personal stuff myself. There was no way I could buy them, so I tried to DIY everything that I could. It's a great skill, and I'm actually so happy that my mother taught me how to use a sewing machine, how to knit and crochet. But when the Iron Curtain fell and the world has become more or less unified in terms of stuff on the shelves, it has become sort of an ill manner to make or mend your own clothes and talk about it, because it showed your poverty, which was a stigma, and obviously still is. That's why small businesses are having a hard time here in Russia now, because people prefer store-bought items because in their viewpoint those items are somehow better or more prestigious. And as per handmade stuff, I often see comments like, oh, this item looks so neatly made, as if it was produced on a factory. And I think this is so sad that people do not appreciate handmade things because of their Soviet past that was like a forced minimalism stuff, as I already said. Another struggle that I have with minimalism is about beauty and self-care routine. When I was little, we had only one shampoo with tiny little oil on the package, and yes, I'm still remembering it. And my mother owned only one lotion for everything, and she taught me how to make menstrual pads from cotton and scrap fabric. And you know what? That was pretty awful. And it was a traumatic experience. And now I cannot imagine myself having reusable menstrual pads. But thankfully, now there are other amazing alternatives that are both eco-friendly and less stressful for me. Also, I own more than one face lotion, occasionally do single-use tissue face masks, and often have 2 body lotions and 2 shower gels to alternate depending on the mood, because this is what brings me comfort. I guess I will never become an extreme minimalist in this respect, and it's fine for me. I'm not here to judge others because everyone decides for themselves. I'm just sharing my personal perspective, and I hope that it resonates with you who is watching the video now. It's hard to stop wanting more. I guess it's in human nature to get easily lured and enchanted, and surely marketing knows its business. And after you grew up below poverty line and then began to have a more or less decent living, it often seems stupid to refuse that personal universe of things. Things that bring comfort and a sense of stability. Here in Russia and Siberia in particular, we grasp on every little grain of stability and predictability. We long to be cozily wrapped in things while surviving through rough winters. That's why minimalism here is a rare beast, at least with people over their 30s. And with this video, I just wanted to cast light on this issue, and I still believe that intentional minimalism knows no class or income borders, because it's not a privilege, it's a choice and a particular mindset. So what do you think? Thank you so much for watching this video that I filmed here in my parents' apartment, like an old Soviet style space that is definitely not minimalist, as you might notice. So if you like this video, please check out more videos on my channel about minimalism and mindfulness, and I hope to see you in the next video, and пока-пока.